Alright, what's up guys? I'm going to be reacting to a new video that was sent to me. It is There Is No Game. It's a speed run, but it's a blindfolded speed run. So the person running has a blindfold over their head. Before I watch the video, I'm just going to put it out there. There's only been one other blindfolded run that I've seen done. There'll be a link to it in the description. It's over on speedrun.com. It's a great video. It was the Steam version of the game, so it's slightly different. But it took them around 31 minutes. So let's see how this person does. So let's watch the video. So right off the bat, looks like down in the bottom right corner, there's got a face cam, covered his face with something. And he starts. Alright, let's see how he does. He's giving the camera a thumbs up. He's moving his mouse around randomly, it looks like. Just moving it about. That's kind of interesting. I'm not sure how he's going to know where anything is. He's just... Oh, and he goes straight for the O. Oh, he missed. There's a button at the bottom of his screen that turns off his recording software, and he's been really close to clicking it a few times, but he hasn't clicked it. Dropping the O to get the sound box down. Seems to know exactly where it is every time he drops it, even though his mouse isn't moving in a straight line. Oh, it dropped. Man, it kind of sucks that his face cam is right there. You can't see him clicking it, but it looks like he clicked it. Gave the camera a thumbs up. Crossing his fingers. And now he's got to move his mouse around to try and click the sound button. Hold on, I'm going to pause it just for a second. So the sound button at this stage in the game flashes around the screen randomly. And it looks like he's moving the mouse exactly to where it is right before it teleports away. So that's kind of suspicious. I mean, not accidentally turning off his screen recording. I mean, that would have been bad, but that's understandable, I guess. But it looks like he can see where the sound button is. Let's just watch the rest of the run. Yeah, he knows exactly where it is. In the world record, well, in the only other speedrun video, that took a lot longer because they just had to click and hope that the button would appear below them. So that's kind of interesting. It looks like someone put their hand in front of his camera. Someone's messing with his camera. That's weird. Drags the box up, drops it. You can find exactly where the screw is. In the other speedrun video, they had to use some normalization strategies to make sure they knew exactly where their mouse is and they could find it. He overshoots it and then goes back exactly to where it is. This is all pretty suspicious. Alright. I'm going to pause it again. In the other speedrun that someone did blindfolded, just in the general consensus that if you're going to play this game blindfolded, what you want to do is you actually want to take the kryptonite box and you want to slowly drag it across the bottom of the screen towards the left, because that will make each of the letters bounce over and then when they're all lined up in the corner just right, there's a specific pattern they go in, so you know which one's on top, which one's behind that one, and so forth and so on. So you know exactly what order to drop them in. This guy looks like he's just taking the letters one at a time. Looks like he knows exactly where they are at the bottom, and he knows exactly which letter's which. So that's pretty suspicious. He just scrolled his camera down so you could see what he's doing, but that didn't mess up his positioning. That should have made it a lot harder for him to know where his mouse was and where the letters were. So he messes up spelling goat, and he knows that he messed up. And he knows exactly which letters he messed up and where the other letters are, so he can correct his mistake. Spells goat, spells game. Now he's going to go play breakout. Whoa. So he just went over and grabbed the side scroll bar and moved it up. So that's actually really suspicious. He shouldn't know exactly where the scroll bar is, and he shouldn't be able to perfectly center the screen. I mean, I could see that being a big reset point in a speedrun. If you accidentally scrolled, it should completely mess you up. And this guy just scrolled perfectly twice. That's weird. Let's see how he does at breakout. He knows exactly where to move the bar to hit the ball. That's really suspicious. It seems like he can either see, or maybe he recorded his webcam later and added it over. Because this is definitely not a blindfolded playthrough. When you're blindfolded, you just have to sit and wait for the ball to break all the blocks on its own. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Yeah, it looks like he knows exactly where it is. Normally, you just have to sit and wait until you hear the sound at the end of the game, or at the end of this breakout game, that tells you it's done. Someone's got a glove they're putting in his face on his webcam. Weird. I'm not sure what's going on with that webcam. Fast forwarding still. Yeah, it looks like he can perfectly hit them all. That's pretty suspicious. He knows exactly where the trophy is to grab it. He brings it back over to the screen. Fills it with water. Yeah, that's how the game goes. Carefully sets it down without making the water fall out. Knows exactly where all the letters are to spell out tree. That's pretty suspicious. Immediately knows where the trophy is. Knows where the tree is. And can water it just fine. He knew that the screen didn't move. Hold on. So sometimes when you go to move to the next screen, it will make the whoosh sound like the screen moved, but it won't actually move. This was a blindfolded run. It seems like he would have thought that the screen had moved and would have gone for the waterfall to try and fill it up, but instead he knew that the screen didn't move and tried to move it again. That's really suspicious. Why'd he grab the trophy? It seems like he'd know that the tree's grown. Goes right to the nut, clicks it, goes down stage. What is he doing? Whoa. So his mouse was on the bottom left corner of the screen, but he moved the box anyways and cracked the nut with the metal box. Even though the nuts broke, he does it again. Feeds the nut to the squirrel. Yep, that's usually what happens. Misses the key. His moving his mouse around so chaotically that, make it really hard to predict where your mouse is. Goes exactly to the goat, puts his hands up. In the face cam, he's saying he's this close to beating it. Okay. Actually, let's go back. The mouse isn't moving while he has his hands up. Puts his hands back down. And the mouse starts moving again. Okay. So the mouse wasn't moving while he had his hands on screen. That makes it look a little bit more official. But still, I think he's got his fingers crossed. Yeah. It either looks like this was planned out, or he can see through that. He can see through what he's got on his face, because this looks really fake. This looks like a really bad faked speed run. He's moving the mouse all around, and he knows exactly where to press the button. Took his mask off. Yeah, that's weird. Alright, so now I'm gonna give my opinion on this video. Yeah. Alright, so my not quite expert, but somewhat knowledgeable opinion is that this is a faked speedrun. There's a lot of stuff that makes it pretty obvious that either he can see through his covering, or he can see what he was doing when he was playing the game and added the fake screen cam afterwards. So yeah, I think that this is a fake speedrun. I don't think he was actually blindfolded. And there's a lot of stuff that I think makes it obvious, especially when you compare it to the other speedrun. There will be a link down to it in the description. You should watch it. It is really long. It was 30 minutes. This guy did it in 9 minutes. So he did it in less than a third of the time. So it seems like it was way too fast. His mouse movement was super erratic. He didn't use any sort of blindfolded strategies to make anything easier for himself. He just knew exactly where everything was. So now, I don't condone any sort of harassment for this person. You should leave them alone. I'm just putting this out there so maybe people don't get fooled, or maybe it discourages future cheaters. Don't cheat in speedrunning. It's as simple as that. If you don't want your video to be exposed for cheating, the easiest way is to simply not cheat. But again, don't harass this person. just leave them alone. Don't give them any sort of attention for this. They really don't deserve it. And this goes for all cheaters. There's a lot of YouTubers out there. There's a lot of speedrunners who do react videos to cheated speedruns, pointing out all the little flaws. And they all say the same stuff, just don't harass the person, leave them alone. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It's just, educational. But, yeah. And you can watch the video and decide for yourself if you think that I'm wrong. I'd love to hear what everyone thinks. You can go ahead and put, your opinion on this matter down in the comments. If you liked this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, feel free to give it a thumbs down. Check out the rest of my channel. I do lots of speedrunning content. I plan on doing some various speedruns for various games. And if you want to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever a new video comes out.